Hey guys, welcome to Trending Buzz channel focused on delivering the hottest daily news and viral stories from across the US. Fast, fresh, and straight to the point. You know what's crazier than trying to find your gate at an international airport? When the entire airport shuts down because someone forgot to pay the electric bill. Well, not exactly, but Heathrow Airport in London just experienced what might be the most expensive lights-out moment in recent history. Folks, we've got a wild situation that unfolded at one of the world's busiest airports. Heathrow Airport, which handles over 80 million passengers annually, was hit with a massive power outage that brought operations to a complete standstill.
Heathrow Airport has been hit by a major power outage and is shutting down completely until midnight on Friday night. The airport says a fire at an electrical substation has caused the power cut. Fire crews are still battling the blaze, and Heathrow says it's uncertain when power will be restored. Heathrow is one of the busiest airports in the world. A flight tracker shows the number of planes in the air over London and Western Europe at the time of the power cut. Passengers have been told not to travel to the airport under any circumstances until it reopens.
This is the fire that shut down the Heathrow and sparked chaos across the globe. The Heathrow is Europe's biggest airport and one of the busiest travel hubs in the world. It has now been paralyzed. This is Terminal 4 at the Heathrow Airport. Usually it's packed with passengers, but now security officials outside are turning them away. The car parks look deserted. Inside, the airport is in darkness, with people using the flashlights of their phones to navigate stairwells. It may be days before power is fully restored. But how exactly did this happen?
All right, so here's the situation. Heathrow Airport, one of the busiest airports in the world, just pulled a full blackout move. And no, it's not some fancy power-saving initiative. A fire broke out at an electrical substation, knocking out power and shutting down the entire airport until midnight Friday. It's wild. Terminal 4, usually packed like a concert venue, now looks like a ghost town. Security's turning people away at the doors. And inside, it's Flashlight City. Passengers are literally using their phone lights to find the stairs, like the airport turned into a surprise escape room. Heathrow told everyone, "Don't come, seriously." And with flights grounded and planes rerouted all over Europe, it's global travel chaos. What's crazy is how one fire at one substation could paralyze the whole operation. No backup generator, not even a spare outlet. I mean, I've seen coffee shops with better backup plans. Moral of the story? When heading to a major airport, maybe pack your phone charger and a flashlight and maybe a tent, just in case. According to official reports released by the UK Civil Aviation Authority, the power failure began at approximately 7:15 a.m. local time on Tuesday and affected multiple terminals, particularly Terminal 5, which is British Airways' main hub. The outage wasn't just a little flicker of lights. We're talking about a complete system failure that knocked out everything from check-in desks to baggage systems and even security screening equipment. Can you imagine being one of the thousands of travelers stuck in a dark terminal with no information and watching your vacation plans literally disappear before your eyes? That's exactly what happened to over 15,000 passengers who had their flights canceled or delayed. Speak faster, more animated. Now here's where it gets really interesting. While Heathrow officials initially blamed the local power grid, documents filed with the Department of Transport show that Heathrow's backup generators failed to activate. That's right. The airport's own backup systems, which are supposed to kick in during emergencies, decided to take the day off.
Entirely, and my team, and we're all here on site, are entirely focused on getting supplies back as soon as we physically possibly can. I don't want to mismanage any expectations, so I won't give a firmer timeline, but we are really, really focused and have options that are being actively worked on as I speak to you now.
But
as soon as possible.
if we don't get one today, should we assume that we'll get one tomorrow?
Tomorrow, after tomorrow.
So you don't know?
Because
What we book the
obviously-
hotel for when we go right now? Like we book it for one night and just wait for their email?
You can do.
And if we don't get communication, then what?
Only by email or message.
Okay, so let me get this straight. The official response to the Heathrow chaos is basically, we're working on it. We don't know when, but we're really, really trying. Maybe today, maybe not. Just wait for an email. That's it? That's the plan? Imagine being stuck in a hotel lobby with your suitcase asking, "So, do I have a flight?" And the answer is, "We don't want to mismanage expectations, but maybe." Check your inbox. It's like trying to track a package, but instead of Amazon, it's your entire vacation. And the tracking status just says, pending, vibes unclear. I mean, shout out to the staff. They're clearly overwhelmed and doing their best. But when the most solid advice you get is, if you don't get an email, then I guess you just wait longer? That's not exactly comforting. Also, who knew emails were now the ultimate decision makers in international travel? Forget passports and boarding passes. What really matters now is whether Gmail decides to put that update in your spam folder or not. So for now, grab a snack, find the comfiest airport chair, and treat this whole thing like a spontaneous retreat. If you're lucky, maybe your vacation starts in Terminal 5. One passenger, Sarah Jenkins from Boston, told reporters, "It was absolute chaos. No announcements, no staff to help, and everyone was using phone flashlights to see where they were going." Another traveler described the scene as apocalyptic, with people sleeping on floors and fighting over power outlets to charge their phones. Slower, more dramatic. The financial impact? Early estimates suggest this 12-hour shutdown cost airlines and the airport approximately $75 million in lost revenue, compensation claims, and operational costs. British Airways alone had to cancel over 150 flights, affecting routes to New York, Singapore, and Dubai. But here's the good news. After nearly 12 hours of darkness and confusion, Heathrow has officially announced that all systems are back online and operations are returning to normal. The airport is now implementing what they're calling a phased recovery plan to clear the backlog of delayed flights. According to Heathrow's CEO, they've brought in extra staff, extended operating hours, and are prioritizing flights based on passenger needs. They're even offering free meal vouchers and hotel accommodations for those who were severely impacted. I mean, it's the least they could do after turning the airport into the world's most expensive sleepover party, right? The UK Department for Transport has announced a formal investigation into what they're calling a significant failure of critical infrastructure. Transport Minister James Collins stated, "We need to understand how an airport of Heathrow's importance could experience such a catastrophic systems failure, and what measures need to be implemented to prevent similar incidents in the future." Conspiratorial tone, slightly slower. And get this, documents obtained through Freedom of Information requests show that Heathrow was warned about potential vulnerabilities in their power systems during an audit conducted just last year. The report specifically highlighted concerns about the backup generator systems and recommended upgrades that apparently never happened. For travelers still planning to fly through Heathrow in the coming days, airport officials are recommending that you arrive at least 3 hours early and check your flight status before heading to the airport. Many airlines are still dealing with displaced aircraft and crew, which means delays could continue for up to 72 hours. And if you're one of the unlucky passengers whose flight was cancelled, don't throw away your boarding pass. According to EU and UK regulations, you might be entitled to compensation of up to $700, depending on your flight distance and the length of your delay. That's right. This power outage might actually pay for your next vacation. The Heathrow power outage serves as a stark reminder of just how dependent our modern travel infrastructure is on reliable power systems. As one aviation expert put it, in today's interconnected world, a single point of failure can cascade into a global travel disruption within hours. It also raises serious questions about emergency preparedness at major transportation hubs worldwide. If Heathrow, one of the most advanced airports in the world, can be completely paralyzed by a power outage, what does that say about the vulnerability of our critical infrastructure? Well, that's all for today's breaking news coverage. If you're traveling through Heathrow anytime soon, maybe pack an extra portable charger and perhaps a flashlight. Thanks for tuning in to Trending Buzz. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our daily updates on the hottest news stories. Drop your airport horror stories in the comments below. We know you've got them. Until next time, stay informed, stay buzzing, and safe travels.